Her
But
chicken noodle soup.
and that's one of the reasons I'm freaked out about her. But also, she keeps asking me for a chicken, and
You owe me that chicken, Roscoe.
I keep thinking that she's gonna
Promise is
sacrifice
a
a
promise, little
chicken,
man.
and now I have a donkey, and I don't want her to know I have a
You
donkey
have a donkey.
because yeah.
A
See,
donkey's worth
I'm
about
scared to
4
death.
chickens.
Yes. See, no, I'm not giving up Bill the donkey.
I only want. I
Not
only
for
only need a quarter of it.
Madame Dahlia.
I only need
I
a
don't
quarter of
need
it.
that. I don't need a heist that bad.
How about just the back legs,
No,
or maybe like a quarter directly out of the middle,
I
and then
mean
you can have both
maybe
sides.
maybe the ears,
Trying
but
to give her Bill's
That's
ears?
not quite a quarter. Okay, so anyway,
see, yeah, no, I knew she wouldn't go for that.
so the three
Anyway.
of you are in the room with the seer, and she pulls out a deck of cards and she kind of shuffles them between hand to hand, and she eyes you back and forth, and she says, "Now, why have you come? Why have you come to Madame Dahlia today?"
Auth, would you like to go first?
Absolutely, fine then. Well, my question is I need to know more about how I came to be this. And he gestures vaguely at himself. I have the impression and partial memory of a former life.
So she pulls
And
out this deck of cards and she says, say no more. Hold on. Don't tell me anymore. Allow the cards to reveal." So she pulls out this deck of cards. Right? And she turns over the first one. And she says, the broken one. She says, "I sense a man who is disconnected from his past." And she waits for some sort of response from you. She looks up at you.
yes, that would make sense.
And she
I don't
says,
remember who I was. Or
"You
how I
don't
came
remember
to
who
be
you were."
or how I came to be this.
So she says, what do you mean how you became this?"
I remember dying, and then I woke, so to speak, as what you see now, the Dragonborn you see before you, fully grown and in possession of knowledge I had not previously, from what I can understand.
The broken one shows an individual who is disconnected from their past or from a previous life. She says frequently there's very little memory remaining. What you're saying is lining up the following card. She pulls another one. She says, the bishop. She says, the first card is for your past. The second card is for your present. She says, the bishop. She says, are you? Tell me about these spiritual powers that you have come to possess.
I find myself able to influence the link, the bond between life and death. I cannot deny him exactly, but I can forestall his grip on those around me, and I find myself driven to end the suffering of the undead or the machinations of the willful undead. But I feel a strong connection to that veil of life and death.
Power over the veil. Interesting. And she pulls the next card. She says, the next card is for your destiny. She pulls it. The Raven. And she looks at you thoughtfully, and she sort of looks around the room at something that you can't see. And then she turns back to you and she says, this card represents a dark and mysterious power that has some form of perhaps control, or your destiny is tied to it in some way. She says, does this ring any bells for you?
does after a sort. I have felt as if there was some form of influence from the Raven Queen, perhaps,
She says,
over
"The
this
Raven
situation
Queen."
that
She
I find
looks at
myself
you,
in.
and she sort of sneers and um, give me an insight check.
Uh, 12.
You can tell that she sort of doesn't really have a whole lot of faith is a bad word, but she just doesn't think very highly of the Raven Queen.
You
So she shuffles the cards back into the deck, and she looks at Corwyn and Neiven and asks, "Who's next?"
Well, my question would be quite easy if you wanted.
All right, go for it.
I, I'm talking. I want to know where it is and how quickly I can get it back.
And she says, "That question may be a bit specific for the cards, but let us see." And she shuffles her cards up, and she draws the first one. She says again, the first is for where your past. And this one actually comes out inverted. And she says, the artifact. A major arcana card. She says, and inverted as well. She says, there's something that you have lost. There's something something important from your past that is missing.
Yes, that's true.
And she says, and tell me more about this.
Well, it was in possession of all of my great elders. It was asked of me to ensure that it not be taken. My caravan was ambushed. Everyone was slaughtered. Somehow I mysteriously survived. And I need to find the...
Dave, by the way, there may have been some miscommunication between us, but very quickly, it wasn't something that you were personally tasked to protect. It was something that, as far as you can tell, your circus troupe as a whole was tasked to protect. And then now that they're all dead, it falls upon you. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So she listens to your story, and she says, to show up as a major arcana in your history column. This is a very important artifact indeed. She flips the next card. She says, this one is for your present. She says, the Avenger. She says, you are obviously seeking revenge for presumably the lost artifact. She says, tell me more about this. Tell me the nature of your loss. How did this come about?
Well, we were quickly rushed through ambush area near Zenithal Keep after performing, headed towards Flan. The guards left us. We camped for the night. And then Knowles attacked. There was great blazes of fire. Everyone was slaughtered. Even my mother right before my eyes. I was left for dead.
And she says, she looks disheartened by your story. She pulls the next card, and she says, and the third card is for your destiny. And she flips it, and she looks very surprised. And she says, the Raven again. This is showing a very strange and dark force that has some power or connection over your dog is whining, over your destiny. It's very strange that the two of you would receive the same major arcana, and you with two major arcana on your hand.
Auth is side-eyeing Corwyn, so to speak, not necessarily suspiciously, but thoughtfully.
She says, Corwyn, would you have any idea what this could represent? I'm going to have to take this dog out in a second. Corwyn, do you have any idea what this could represent?
I have no idea. Honestly, if you ask me, 2 of them in a row. I think, unfortunately, much to your disagreement as mine, Queen has got her talents in all of this.
And she nods and she said, "Not everything is always apparent in the moment." She says, "More will become clear as time passes." She shuffles the cards back together. And she turns to Neiven.
Yeah, Neiven, I'm just overwhelmed at the fact that the Raven Queen is playing a part in everybody's hand between me,
The card.
Corwyn, Lucian, and Auth.
Mhm.
You? How you?
Well, How with me? I mean, I know that I have a pact with her. Can we extrapolate or expand upon what is going on between me and the Raven Queen and what her end goal is for me?
Okay. So she concentrates for a moment. Can you go lay down and wait like 2 minutes?
Yeah,
Go lay down.
Neiven, can you go lay down and wait for
Go lay
like
down.
10 minutes?
Okay,
Go
I
lay
guess
down.
I'll go lay down.
I mean, Freudian shit here, Neiven. You gotta go lay down for 10
Oh,
minutes.
God damn
dude.
it. I really hate to do this right before
If
before
we need
this
to take
reading.
the dose of death,
Yeah, I'm going to have to take him out. He's whining.